Hi, I'm Ross with Sky Management, and today we're going to be replacing a hot water heater. We had a hot water heater that's gone bad, and so it was leaking. So we've shut the water off to this unit. We're in an apartment, and I turned the power off to the water heater. You can either do that at the breaker, or this one has a power shut off right next to it, so I shut it off right here. What we're doing now is we're letting it drain. There's a drain down at the bottom of the water heater, and we've opened up the blow-off valve, and we're just letting it drain out. It takes a little while sometimes for all the water to drain out of there, but once it's drained out, then we'll be able to take this one out, and we're going to show you how to install a new one. While we've got the water heating draining, we're going to go ahead and disconnect everything. So you want to make sure that you've got your power turned off. Go ahead and turn the breaker off and do that first, and then we've already got the water shut off to the unit, so we can take these lines off. You got a hot water in or a cold water in and a hot water out. So we'll go ahead and remove those now. When we take these off, it'll allow air to flow in, and it'll help the water heater drain faster. We've got our water lines disconnected, so we're going to disconnect the electric now. This water heater that we're doing is a little squatty one that's underneath the heat and air unit, so it's a little bit difficult to get in here and get to this, but I will do my best. Okay, when you open up this panel, you'll be able to get to the wires. There's a hot, neutral, and ground for these. The hot is the black one, this one. The neutral is the white and the red, and the ground is the green. So we're just going to go ahead and disconnect all of those. And we're going to save these wire nuts because I'm going to reuse those. We're also going to have to reuse this part that holds the wire in here. We have our electric lines all disconnected, and the water lines, I've removed the connection lines. I'm going to put new connection lines on. And now we're going to have to get this out of here. In order to get this out, I think we're going to have to cut this air conditioner condensation line. That's okay, so we'll go ahead and cut that and remove this one, and we'll bring the new one in here. We've got our water heater slid out a little bit. The old ones, if you in the Midwest we have hard water. If you live somewhere with hard water, they're going to be full of calcium and whatnot, and lime and stuff in the bottom of these, so they're quite heavy even after they've been drained out. So we've got a dolly here to move it. The new ones will be all clean and empty, and they're pretty light. You can kind of manhandle those around, but these will want to dolly this one out of here, so I'm going to have my brothers help me pull this one out. We use a pan underneath these so that when they go bad, all the water gets directed down the drain. I would recommend using a pan. That way you can avoid damaging the rest of the unit when one of them does go bad. So I'm going to set this one in there. When you're putting it in there, you're going to want the control panels and stuff to be on the front side. So I'm going to position this one in there, how the old one was, with the panels on the front side so we can get to it. And I need to have the water inputs where they're close enough to where the water comes in and out so we can get them connected. And we only have this much electric line to work with, so you have to keep it within that. So we got plenty there. So this should be good right where it is. Right about there. Now we've got our water heater in here, and we're going to connect our water supply lines. They're indicated with hot and cold. It's written hot and cold, and the blue's cold, red's hot. You want to make sure you know which side that the cold water is coming in from. In our case, it's over here on this side. Pay no attention to this blue pipe. It's actually the hot water side. The cold water is coming in, and how you can tell if you don't know, if you took it out, if you took the old one out and you didn't check, is you can crack the water open just a little bit and let a little bit of water come in there, and the line that it starts pouring out of is the cold line. So you're going to run that into the cold side. I already did that one. And then I'm going to run one from the hot side. Ours is a little bit of a pain because it's in here under this shelf. It's a little hard to get to. The connections that I'm using here are, they're 3/4 inch. For a hot water heater, use the 3/4 inch. And these have the rubber gaskets in them, so they don't have to tape them. And you want to get them on there pretty tight. And when we get the water turned on, we'll check them for leaks and whatnot too. But get these on there pretty tight, and I gotta get this one worked around to where it's into this guy here. And then once we get these on there, then we'll do the electric lines. We've got our water lines hooked up and they're all tightened up on there, so now we're going to do the electric line. This comes with a warning label over the top of it where the electric lines go in. So you're going to pop a hole in that so that you can get to it. We're going to have to pull this plate off so that we can get this part that holds the wires and keeps you from pulling them out. We've got to get it shoved in there and tightened on the back with this nut. So I'm going to go ahead and take that plate off. Okay, I took that plate off so that we can put the wires through there and get it tightened on. With that on there, it just keeps the wires from pulling out. Before I put this plate back on, I'm going to go ahead and do the ground line because it's going to be easier to do before, there's the ground screws down in here. It's going to be easier to get that on there before I put the plate back on. So I will do that. Now that our ground's on, we got the plate back on, we can hook the wires up. The black goes to the black, the red goes to the white. So we're going to reuse the wire nuts that we had on there before. Now when we get this wired up, it's important to fill the water heater before you turn it back on. You can burn the elements out if it's empty. So we're going to wire this up, and then we're going to fill the tank. And when you're filling the tank, you're going to leave the a faucet open somewhere and turn it on to hot. So go to the kitchen or a bathroom and turn the faucet on to hot, and then it'll bleed the air out of the tank and out the faucet. So then you make sure you get the tank all the way full before you turn it on. Get all the wires down in here, and this plate just spins around and covers it up. Alright, it's all wired up, so we're going to go ahead and turn the water back on, and we'll bleed the air out, and we'll see if we got any leaks. We've got our water here filled up. I haven't seen any leaks yet, so that's good. We do need to put a pipe on the overflow, or the blow-off valve. If the tank gets too much pressure in it, it will release the pressure here. You're meant to put a pipe on here like so that will blow it off within a few inches of the ground. So I'm using the one off the old water heater. That way if it does blow it off, it'll end up down here in the pan and it won't just blow it all over the room. Okay, we've got it all full, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And if you listen for it, probably can't hear it on the video, but you'll be able to hear it kind of hiss a little bit, and then you'll know it's running. If you want to adjust the heat up and down, you can open up the panel and set it how you want it, but I'm just going to leave it on factory for now until the tenant tells me that they would like more or less, and then we can come adjust it later. So, that's how you install a hot water heater. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe.